This is going to be a spirit tribe reading for my spirit tribe. If you caught the first one, you'll know that the name, well, if you're in the same spirit tribe as I am, you know that the name of our spirit tribe, the name given by the Creator, is growth because it describes us best. Okay, so what we're going to be finding out today is the most important message for my spirit tribe in this season. So this season, it refers to the times that we're living in. So this reading could be relevant for the coming months, okay? But you will know according to how your life is going when it resonates, if it resonates with you. And from time to time I will be doing like a little checkup or delivering messages, whatever the Most High inspires me to do. So this one is for this season. Hello, growth. Why are we called growth? Because we like to see things flourish. We like to see other people prosper, including ourselves, of course. We exist not only to serve ourselves and those closest to us, but the wider creational community. Okay? So, yeah. We are the builders of the earth, spiritually, financially, physically, socially, emotionally, all the alleys that you can think of. That's what we're here for. And we love it because it's inherent in us. It's just a natural part of us. So when people get surprised at how giving and kind and nice we are, it's because they're not used to seeing people being so selfless. Okay? So just know that you're a rare gem in the grand scheme of things. Spirit tribe growth. Okay? Alright. So Most High, let's get on with these messages that you'd like to bring for us for this season. Those messages that will serve us well. Help us to withstand the challenges that we face on our mission to serve you as being the healers and motivators of this creation. Thank you. Okay, we're getting some self-care. So we're looking after others and ourselves. That sounds and feels good to me. Okay, so I feel like there's one more deck calling to me. Okay. This is the gossip column. Ooh. So there is something going on. I can't wait to see what that is. So anyhow, let's get on. So God's message to the growth tribe for this season. Whew. Okay. We got imagination and service wanting to show themselves. Imagination and service. So thinking of what to do, how to be of service to the creational community. How to be of service to the creational community. It starts with self, of course, because if self isn't in a good place, then obviously we can't be operating at our full potential. So in all things, just know that it starts with you. You have to make sure that you're okay, and then you'll be of service or effective service to others. All right. Please be patient while I align the cards. Sometimes they're done quickly, sometimes it takes longer. But I prefer to take my time and align the cards properly so that we get the most accurate message possible. Okay? As opposed to talking a whole bunch of things that don't resonate with you, is not able to help you in any way, because that's not what you need right now. We're looking to bring the messages that we need right now. So I ask for your patience and I thank you in advance. All right? All right, my love. So we have balance. Okay. So I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. So we're being called upon to not be judgmental towards others. Okay. So it's about bringing peace to the world around us without condemning others. Okay, usually when people are doing wrong, they know they're doing wrong. If you do have to state that they're doing wrong, then do so, but don't keep pushing it, because it's not going to make them feel good, and it's going to be counterproductive. It will not help you to achieve your goal of reaching a soul. Okay, so we're going to gently bring balance to the world. Time is on our side, so don't feel like you have to rush anything. Okay, we need to do our part and leave the rest for God to do, because it's not something that we can do all alone. We have to recognize what part of the role belongs to us, or what part of the role is our duty to fulfill, and what part of the role is God's duty to then take over and complete the mission. All right, so we're just here as representatives and assistants of the Most High. Okay, let's look at the first three cards from this deck. We have forgiveness. Forgiveness for failure. So I just said exactly what this is saying. Forgiveness for failure. Forgive people for their shortcomings, because we have them too. Remember that. And we want forgiveness. And just put yourself in the other person's shoes. Like, if you're doing something wrong and someone comes to correct you, how would you like them, or how would you feel most comfortable for them to go about correcting you and putting you on the right path? By putting yourself in the other person's shoes, then, it'll give you some better understanding of how to go about handling your duties as a growth agent. Yeah, an agent of growth. So we're being asked to trust. Okay, trust in what? Trust in the divine. Trust in the process. Okay, then we have honesty, and we have relationships. So the honesty card says, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So that's an important fact to remember. So on our journey, trying to help others to become the best version of themselves, so that we can create the best version of existence that we can, we have to remember that we won't always get the truth from others. So we have to be able to see in between the lines, or read in between the lines sometimes. All right, our job is not an easy one, but it's not impossible. And where you feel like you cannot handle a mission, just remember to put the head on the case. So for me, when I have a mission, when I've been given the inspiration to help someone, and I feel I've reached a point where I can't manage to help this person, I always pray and say, well, Most High, now it's time for you to come in, because this part of the case is bigger than I am. Okay, so relinquish control. Okay, that's when you step back and just know that the Lord is using whoever else it deems necessary to complete the transformation in the person. All right, even in ourselves, when you get to a point where you can't make changes in your own life, just know that That's because it's time for the Lord to take over. There's a famous poem called Footprints, and I don't know it word for word, but I know it goes something like, someone was looking back at their life and they see that there were always two sets of footprints in the sand, and then the person said that when they were going through their toughest times there was only one set of footprints, but the person assumed that God had left them and it was their set of footprints. But it was revealed later on in the poem that it wasn't the person's footprints, it was when God carried them to the next destination. Okay, so the one set of footprints that was seen when there was only one set of footprints was not you carrying yourself or being alone in the mess. It's God actually elevating you and carrying you to your next phase. Okay? So, we're not alone in this. We can only take on what we can take on, and anything that you cannot handle, you hand it over to the head office. Okay? Head office being the Most High. So that way you do not fuck up the mission. You do not undo all the hard work that you have put in. I'm being called to read from the book. The card that comes out in this deck to give us a greater understanding of what is being highlighted to us. So just remember that there was no handbook given to us on how to be who we are. We just found ourselves being who we are. And now there is assistance through helping us to understand how to go about doing our duties in the most peaceful way. Okay? Peaceful resolutions. That's what we're after. We want to get our job done, but with the least resistance and upheaval and damage as possible. Sometimes damage isn't avoidable because, sometimes even just seeing the truth of ourselves is damaging. Or sometimes seeing the truth of oneself is damaging. It breaks you down emotionally. But there's a way to lessen the impact, okay? And that's what we're here to do. Sometimes we can't help but make people uncomfortable. But sometimes making people uncomfortable is necessary in order to get them to the other side, to the better version of their self. Okay? And if a person chooses to refuse your assistance, know when to hold back. Do not keep pushing. Even though your intentions are good, it will not be received in that way because you're forcing someone to make decisions that they themselves are not mentally ready or even physically ready to make. Okay? So just deliver your message and step back. Make yourself available if they need to come to you to have a talk or whatever, but know when to step back. Okay? So we have keep your commitments. Okay? So when you've taken on a case, see it through to the end. Okay? Even if it takes years. Some cases do take years. Alright? There's nothing more or nothing better to do in this life. And God will always make the time for you. Remember, time is on your side. Being an agent of growth, you are entitled to special, I don't want to say special treatment, but it's basically God will move heaven and earth to make sure that the job that you were put on gets done. So there's no need to rush. There's no need to think about age. There's no need to think about time. Just know that it's always God's timing, God's speed. All right? God's speed, not our speed. In this society, we've been taught to understand time and the human lifespan in a certain way, but I beg to differ. They say we're to achieve 70 or 80 years is exquisite. I say the Bible say that Adam was 960 years old, and my soul tells me that I am an infinite being. So I have all the time in the world, literally. Okay? It's up to us to learn how to care for our vessels so that we can repair our vessel and maintain our vessel. Okay? So, time is on our side. If God has to stop the sun in the sky to give us enough daylight to do what we have to do, it will happen. We're that important to the universal mission, because remember, we're not catering only to ourselves, but we're also catering to the whole of creation. And I hope I'm not being misunderstood when I say that, because it's like you start with yourself. You're like a pebble dropped in the water. You start with yourself, and it works its way out. It makes ripples outwards. Okay, so you know who God puts in your heart to get closer to have certain conversations with, to do certain things for. Just do that, and the rest will take care of itself. If you're inspired to start a YouTube station or anything like I was, then you do that so that you can reach who you're supposed to reach. Okay? Just know the mission that God has put in your heart and trust that it is the right thing for you to do. Okay? All right. So keep your commitments. Be mindful of the commitments you make, implied or otherwise, and avoid agreements you are unable to see through. Keep your promises and honor your word in all situations. Respect yourself and others with what you say and how you say it. Be clear, gentle, and speak with intention and integrity. Your ego may distort your view and lead you away from authentic communication, so beware. Your reputation can either be established or lost at this time. Your divine energy is guiding you to remain in alignment with your highest self and protect your reputation at all costs. Your divine energy is calling you to embody integrity and humility in your communication and in your intentions. Embrace and respect your spiritual responsibilities and be fair in your dealings with others. Your divine invitation. It says, rein in your ego and listen to your spirit. Be calm and available to the deepest guidance from within. You are in a place of great influence and will either earn or lose the respect of others, depending on your intentions and how they are expressed. All is obvious. Keep your promises and fulfill your obligations. Make no excuses. Simply put, be a person others are fully able to trust. So don't make promises that you cannot keep. We're not here to comfort people with lies, okay? We're here to sting them with the truth when necessary, okay? Preferably a small sting, but sometimes a big sting is unavoidable. So, yeah, we're not here to be pacifiers. Okay, pacifying someone will not help them to grow. Or let's look at the next couple of cards. Keep your commitments. Focus on success. Okay, so know what you're trying to achieve and let that be your guide. Let your actions gear you towards achieving what you set out to achieve. This is a wake-up call for you to seek hidden treasure. Go for your dreams. We have a natural desire to be helpful. We have a natural desire to see people happy, not just ourselves and those closest to us. So if that's your dream, like that is my dream, go for your dreams. Become a clear channel and build on solid ground. And very important is go with the flow. Go with the flow. Now, what I want to say about that is sometimes our mission is hard because sometimes we lose people, places, and things that we would prefer not to. However, we do not have sight of what's happening behind the scenes, and we must trust. I can't find my phone. Oh, yeah. Sorry, that was my alarm. So, so we must trust that. Let me just catch back my thought. Oh, yes, we must trust the process. So, sometimes on our mission, we might end up losing things, people, places, opportunities, positions, or whatever that we would prefer not to lose. But we have to trust that we cannot see behind the scenes. God can. And because we do not see what's happening behind the scenes, we should not assume the role of master mathematician. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. God is the master strategist and master mathematician. So therefore we must trust the process, because there are things that we have not heard, things that we have not seen, things that we do not understand. Okay? And had we seen, heard, and understood these hidden things, we would know that it was best for us to lose whatever it is that we may have to let go of, whether it's permanently or temporarily. Okay? So that we can achieve our goal, achieve our heart's desire. Okay? Trust the process. Go with the flow. Always go with the flow. If you're trying to get somewhere and something happens and you're late, trust that it's God's timing. Okay? If you want to get with somebody and you cannot get with this person, trust that that's God's blessing closing that door. Okay? If you want a position and you feel that you'll be so perfect for it and God decides not to give it to you, trust that there's a higher reason why you have not gotten it, and there's a greater reward to come. Whatever God is setting out to give you in place of that thing is going to be better than you ever imagined. Even if it doesn't look so at the beginning, as time go by and you keep trusting in the process, it will be manifested why it was important for you not to be given that thing or that person or whatever. It will be manifested eventually, and you'll say it's a good thing that ... All right? I speak to you from experience. Okay? Now, the best way is for you to experience these things on your own. So if you're just starting out on your journey, then these are things that you will come to know. And you will be teaching others as well as I am teaching you. Because if I hadn't known these things or experienced these things and somebody tried to teach me, I probably wouldn't understand or believe what they're saying, which is natural human behavior. But you'll be having your own experiences and you'll be learning your own lessons, and hopefully I can learn from you guys someday. I went through a time on my journey where I lost my whole family. The only the only person that I had in my life was my daughter. It was just me and my daughter. I lost everybody, mom, dad, grand, siblings, everybody. Okay, and you might be pleased to know, and I am definitely pleased to know, that I've got these people back in my life. But it's a journey that I had to go through. It's a journey that we had to go through. And the thing is, you have to trust that when these things happen, well, for me, in my situation, I know that what happened in my past, it actually strengthened the relationship, the bonds that we have, because absence makes the heart grow fonder. And now I feel that we have a newfound appreciation for each other, and it would be much harder to break our bond this time around. Okay, if something was to try to come in between our family structure, it will be very hard for it to demolish what we are building as a family. Okay, so trust the process. You'll be glad you did. It took me years to get that, by the way. So some things is not a quick process. We have knowledge. Okay. Listening. Discernment. So I'm here sharing my experiences with you. You're listening, and you're being asked now to discern what I'm saying. Do not just accept everything that I'm saying as the truth. Okay? Because you're here to go on your own journey, and you need to acknowledge, discover and or acknowledge your truth. Okay? Everybody's circumstance is different. That's another thing life has taught me. It's not a one size fits all that's going on in life. Something that may be good for me may not be good for you, and vice versa. Okay? So use your powers of discernment to know what will work for you and what will not. Okay? We have encouragement. We have divine love. And then we have venture. And we have vulnerability. So divine love is actually a venture, and it has a lot to do with vulnerability. Because divine love means not being afraid to love first, not being afraid to be true first, not being afraid to show kindness first. Why is it necessary for you to not be afraid? It's necessary for you to not be afraid to do these things first, because many times the one that you show kindness and love or put your time and energy and resources into is not the one to give you those returns. They're not the ones to reciprocate. Some people take our kindness as a weakness. Some people will just take our kindness and run away. Some people, they'll see our kind nature and they'll choose to use us for their own benefit, not caring about our well-being. All they care about is what they can gain from us. And a lot of the time when you're a truth speaker, you'll find that you are shunned. But recognize that you are shunned in the presence of people who want to hide the truth. Because these same people who would shun you for speaking the truth, if it was a case where the truth would help them, then all of a sudden they would be very happy and in support of your truth speaking characteristics. Okay? So people put you up and take you down as it suits them. All right? So being the one to be loving and kind and helpful first, it puts you in a vulnerable position if you expect for those things to be reciprocated, because like I said, in many cases they are not. If it's reciprocated, then consider yourself fortunate, because we're living in a world full of people who are not on their divine path. And it's not that they don't want to be on their divine path, it's that they've come across so many people who are not on their divine path. They've probably been hurt, they've probably been used, and so they see you and probably think that, okay, here's another one, I'm gonna get you before you get me. Okay, so there's a lot to take in there, but yeah, it is a path of vulnerability. You have to give without expecting anything in return. Whenever you're giving, let it be freely of your heart. Let the divine decide when you be rewarded for your dedication and your efforts. Okay, do not expect to be loved the way that you love, because you are a different breed mentally. Okay, you were created to be a giver, you were created to be a builder, and you are aware of it and you love it, so you express it. Feel free to do so, but know that everybody is not going to show their appreciation. Maybe in hindsight, after they've probably done some shit to you, then they'll realize your value. But just watch out for people who are like that. Okay, remember, you're working for the Most High. You're not working to be thanked by these people that you're inspired to help. So we are earth angels. Like, for real, for real. You give without looking to receive anything. If you do, then more power to you. We give thanks. But if we're not giving, it's okay, because we were not doing it for the clout. We weren't doing it for the clout. We're doing it because we're trying to heal the universe. We're trying to heal the existence. We're trying to balance it, because there's so much negativity in this world. We are needed to bring balance into this dark world. Be the light and love it. So in this vulnerability, just know that you have fortuity in abundance. Fortuity is divine help. Okay, you have divine help, you have divine blessing in abundance. Okay, then we have exertion. Put in the work. Put in the work, because it's magic. It's magic. Yeah, people are gonna be fickle with you, like I just said. There's gonna be fickleness and victimhood. You're gonna feel underappreciated sometimes. But some of these people that you are called to help, just know when to step back and leave them alone. Some people need to be dropped. So you take them as far as you needed to go in your relationship, and you will know when it's time to cut yourself off from them. And your mission will have been complete, because you will have shown this person love, and like I said, in hindsight, they will see your value. So they may not value you at that time while you're helping them. They might think, oh, I'm just gonna use you. So they'll just use you, unfortunately. Or they think they're using you. Yeah. But it doesn't affect you, or it shouldn't affect you in the way that they expect it would. The way that it would affect normal people or regular people, because you're not regular. You're operating out of your divine presence. So you should be able to overcome this victimhood. You should be able to overcome. Mourn about it, grieve it, get it out your system, and then move on. You got work to do to build yourself and build other people. So direct your energies and your efforts where you feel it might be appreciated. And when it's time to move on, you move on again. That's how this works. Okay? It's Mother Nature. God said it's natural. So this victimhood is just natural. It's just human nature. Most of us are broken. Most of us we are misaligned. So our job is to get them back into alignment. So this misalignment that's within them is what causes them to not appreciate our goodness towards them. Okay? Had they been aligned, they would see the blessing that we are in their life and they would act accordingly. But we are not here for people who have already evolved. We are here to help people who have yet to evolve into their higher being. So don't expect too much gratitude and fairness in your job as an agent of growth. However, there are the rare cases that make you feel like, wow, that was so beautiful. Okay? Everybody will not give you a hard time. Some people will see you for who you are and appreciate you as such. Okay? I hope that I'm being understood. I'm trying to make it as clear as I can for you. Because people who are good tend to have this idea that, oh, if I put good out into the world, good is gonna come back to me. If I love everybody, everybody's gonna love me. No, the world, I used to think so too, and I got my wake-up call. It doesn't work that way, my dear. It doesn't work that way. It's not black and white. There are different shades of gray, and that's why you have to use your discernment. Not only to discern what I'm saying, but to discern the challenge that is before you. Whatever challenge it is that you've taken on, or whatever challenge you've been assigned to, whoever you've been assigned to. And you know you've been assigned to someone when it's in your heart and you feel compelled, you feel drawn to assist. However, know the difference between divine compelling. Know the difference between when you're being divinely compelled and when someone's trying to compel you using magic. So there's a lot to learn. And if you're not certain where you're getting the compelling feeling from, do nothing. Even your dreams, you have to discern when you get dreams whether it was a divine dream or whether it was manipulation from someone outside yourself trying to get you to think a certain way, do a certain thing, trying to draw information out of you or whatever. Magic is real whether we want to believe it or not. We are not simple beings. Some people use their powers for good. Some people use their powers in a selfish and inconsiderate way. Okay, so this card was having a weird energy. This one is respect. I've been told to take the ones from the top. Now this is respect. Because this card just had a funny energy, but I wasn't sure if it was meant to come out or if it was meant to stay. And the next one is homecoming. So I'm getting respect for self out of this. Respect for self. So there's a certain level of respect for self that is being formulated or created within you, which is the best thing for you. Because if you respect yourself, then you will not stand for other people disrespecting you. And this is how you discern who is for you, who is against you, who is worth your time, your energy, your resources, and who is not. Let's see what these cards were. So we got protection, boundaries. Yes, you need to protect yourself by setting boundaries. Alchemist. Now this is very important for us. Alchemy is about mixing things to make things happen, or to create something else. You have to know. So in this line of work that I'm addressing at this time, alchemy would be things like what you say, how you say it, when you say it, who is around, who is not around, what you don't say, how much you say, how much you don't say and do. Okay, so that's the alchemy. So by getting the alchemical equation correct in dealing with someone, trying to help them to become the better version of their self, in getting it correct, then you'll be able to attain your mission. You'll be able to achieve your goal. Okay, because it's very rewarding to know that someone is on a better path, because you help to inspire them to be. Because the good thing about building up other people is, if we are ever down, we will be built up as well. It may take a while, but just trust and know that you will be replenished, you will be uplifted, you will be delivered. Because God is a fair God. God is a just God. So, yeah. So respect self by protecting yourself through setting boundaries. What will you allow people to do and say to you? What will you be cool with and what you won't be cool with? So set the standard, set the standard with everyone and how you want to be dealt with. We're not here to just be kind to people no matter how they treat us. It doesn't work that way, because then they'll just keep doing dumb stuff to you. But when you nip shit in the bud from the beginning, they think twice about how they approach you. They think twice about the things that they say to you and do to you. It will help you to protect yourself from some of the foolishness that can actually come out of these misaligned people. Okay? Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. We got passion. Be passionate. Be passionate about your truth. Be passionate about your standards. No skin, no teeth. Unless you do something like this. No skin and teeth like this. It's not a fucking joke. Because they'll take you for a joke. So let's see the self-care. What does God want to share with us from the self-care deck? So you are to reacquaint yourself with one of your creative pastimes. That's an extra message there. I'm feeling this one should be shared. It says, watch an old black and white movie online. You might be surprised how much you enjoy it. Personally, I like doing this because they speak different. Their principles are different to the modern days. It's good to see how people used to behave back in a different era. Okay, this is why I personally like to watch those movies. They were more sophisticated, they were more diplomatic, you know. They were just, to me, they were better bred than the people of this day and age. I think there was more integrity, there was more dignity, self-respect, respect for others, you know, back in those days. Ooh. Okay. So, do something different with your hair. I like that one. Make yourself a smoothie. So a smoothie consists of fruits and veg. So you're probably needing a top up of fruits and veg in your diet. That's why that card has come out. So make sure you're eating enough fruits and veg, because your food is your medicine. Our food is our medicine. If we can maintain, and that's what will help us to have long life. It helps with cell regeneration. It helps us to function at an optimum level. It's like a car. If you put the right things in the car, if you do the right things to the car, you can have a car that's from like 1920s running in 2020 today and beyond. Okay, you just have to do your top ups, your upgrades, your little patchwork and whatever when there's wear and tear and that. But we have a lot to learn. Okay, but you need some fruits and veg in your life. You need some greens. You need some different colored fruits. I tend to, I'm learning how to do it too, but I tend to deal with the fruits by color. I've been on red right now. Red fruits. Red and, well, dark colored fruits. I don't know. I've been enjoying that, and it seemed to be helping my health. I used to have terrible periods. I don't think it's too much information. I used to have terrible periods, and I've been practicing, or I've been indulging in red fruits for the last 3 months, and I've definitely seen improvements in my health around my period time. So I don't know if that might work for you too. I've been having red fruits, red and dark fruits like blueberries and blackberries and yeah, plums, cranberries, strawberries, and ginger. I've been using ginger and what else? I can't remember. But yeah, you need some fruits and veg in your system. And it's good to have them as a smoothie because it makes it more fun. So you can even put like spinach and stuff in your smoothies. Okay? Let your food be your medicine. Let's see. Construct a beautiful memory photo album. So that for me is getting like a photo album or creating your own little scrapbook, and in there just put pictures of, I need to do one too, I'm feeling that, but put pictures in there of beautiful things, just anything that you love. So when you go to open that book, it's just nice energy, good vibes. So whether it's clothes or instruments or artwork, family, friends, jewelry, songs, lyrics from songs, whatever it is that gives you a good feeling, just make a scrapbook and put it all in there. Yeah. At the bottom of the deck, we have practice positive affirmations. So that beautiful memory album is going to help you to practice positive affirmations because it lifts your spirits when you get into it. Okay? So that is our self-care. I think I'll keep that one out because I want to remember to do that. I want to start one. So now let's see the gossip column. I've been drawn to the gossip column. Lord, what do you have to say to us from this gossip column? I wonder. I just saw the cult card that talks about magic. Celebrity. Celebrity. What's a celebrity? Someone who is well known. Woo! And we have handler. So the handler is the one who's put there to keep this celebrity in, what's the word? In line. Interesting. Cult, celebrity, and handler. And I'm getting good handler from this one. So maybe one of us or more than one of us is being assigned to a celebrity or more than one celebrity. I'm getting positive vibe from this one. Because you know our growth tribe is actually a quote unquote cult too in it. Because we have like an order. I have to look up the word of the meaning of the word cult. I guess anything that could be used for bad can also be used for good. Let's see. What's this gossip that you want to make us aware of? Okay, be told to look at this one. Huh. Handler again. Alright, let's see what's at the bottom. I might to look at that one too. Both of them or just this one? And this one, and this one, and this one. No, not that one. Alright, let's see what these are. So let's discover together. Okay, so we have stalking, sabotage by way of food. In this deck, sometimes it comes in as sabotage by way of information. So food, there's physical food and there's spiritual food. Sabotage by way of food. Sabotage. Sexually transmitted disease. Oh Lord. Copycat. Magic will backfire. Okay, well that's good news. Whatever the hell this is about. Okay, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. What am I meant to do with these two cards? Okay, well let's see what it is together. Magic backfired. Okay, the end. Alright, I see why now. Okay, let's put them by themselves. And this one, ancestors. Okay, so you have some divine protection out there. Okay, Okay, so your spirit guides, ancestors, do you think these are the ones that are alive or the ones that have passed on? You don't believe in magic? You don't believe in the supernatural? Your ancestors, are these your living ancestors that helped to make this magic backfire? Because it says magic will backfire, but now I'm getting information that it has backfired, and you can say thanks to those who watch over you. Because people like us, we need people in all realms, the physical realm, the spiritual realm, and whatever other realm there is, to watch over us. Because obviously we're going to be targets. That's why they're stalking. Yeah, there's going to be people watching us trying to stop us from doing what they're doing. Let me turn that heater off. Yeah, there's going to be people watching us trying to corrupt us, sabotage by way of food, information. I need to write that card clearly. I need to make it darker. Yeah, people watching us trying to mislead us. Okay. And we have sexually transmitted disease. How does that come in? Sexually transmitted disease. And we have copycat. But the magic will backfire. Sexually transmitted disease. I am curious. So, Most High, can you clarify this sexually transmitted disease for me in a way that we can all understand, please? Oh, excuse me. Sexually transmitted disease. I need some space. Okay, let's see. So we have a handler, guys. I guess we are the celebrities who have this handler. Well, you know, in the earth there is a fight that's been going on forever, good versus evil. And if you're of good, then obviously you're gonna have an evil handler. And that's just the reality. But you're not alone. You're never alone. And you do not have to fight all of the battles by yourself. Because God is going to clear the way so that you can do whatever God has put in your heart to do. Alright? So they can go on and do what they're supposed to do. Once you go on and do what you're supposed to do. Or once we go on and do what we're supposed to do. Alright? So let them be them. And let us do us. So, represent for your side like me. Some battles we will win, some battles we will quote unquote lose. But are we ever really the losers? These handlers, they are only here to be part of the divine mathematics. Remember I told you about the divine mathematics and how God is a master strategist. So when they think that they're doing stuff to stop us, whatever they do will be in our favor. Remember that. Trust the process. Sexually transmitted disease. What are you talking about? Again, interesting. Creation. Ooh. Making babies. So where do I go from here? Top or bottom? Creation. I'm getting baby making. Sexually transmitted disease. Well, no, that's not. Okay, let's see. Let's continue. Forgiveness. Miracle. Completion. Okay. Well, in my case, I know that there was supposed to be a baby born, but things didn't work out that way. Yeah. I have a baby that's been waiting for me for probably about 20 years now. And it didn't work out that way. Creation, forgiveness, miracle, completion. Let's see what's next. Complacency, yeah, stagnation time. It's been stagnation time for a long time. I don't know if that's your story as well, or how these represent to you as far as sex go. Let's look at the next one. Expansion. Okay, so there's a pause to this baby being manifested. It is talking about the baby expanding of your family and stuff like that. Okay, now we go to the bottom of the deck. Do we? Next one. Faith. Oh yeah, well, I already know that, but just so you know, you need to have faith still. Whatever it was that you were supposed to bring into existence, or whatever incredible thing you were supposed to do, or incredible being you were supposed to bring into existence, if something was brought to a halt for any reason, if that thing was brought to a halt, just know that it's still going to happen, so have faith. It's trickery. Yeah, we already know. It was sabotaged and it didn't happen. But all things work for good for them who love the Lord and them who serve the Lord. So these enemies think that they're hurting you. What they don't know is this thing being brought to a halt was actually divine guidance. It was divinely done. It was the divine that was doing that. So divine was only using the handler to do its work. Okay. Renewal. Yeah, there'll be a renewal. It's gonna happen. Whatever it is for you, it's going to happen anyway. Soulmate. Yeah. So you will be blessed with that person that is supposed to be in your life. That one who is going to value you. Okay. You're gonna be blessed with some level of peace in a relationship or a partnership of some kind with a soulmate. So it's gonna happen. No need to worry. Let's just take a look at the bottom of the deck, see what's happening. Balance. Yeah. Balance will be brought. Okay. Balance to the confusion. Accept it. It was destiny. Okay. Don't worry about it. It was part of the destiny. But like God said, have faith that it will still take place. Everything is right on time. All right. That was very interesting. Okay. Magic backfired ancestors. So is that... See, baby making again. Let me see. What was the other part? Sexually transmitted disease. Copycat. So it was a fake person. Let me see. And that's the reason why it was the handler. It was a handler. Sabotage by way of food, information, yeah. So, yeah, so this person came into your life, they fooled you and they wasted your time. They stopped something that was supposed to happen from happening, and they stopped something that was supposed to happen from happening. But it's okay. It was all a part of the plan. That's what that was saying to me. So it was a fake, it was a fake person, someone pretending to be on your side. Okay? Let's see what's at the bottom of this deck. Studying. Yeah, they were studying you through tarot, studying you through all kind of different means, magical means. Sabotage by way of intoxicant. Yeah, so they can get into your head. Return to sender. It's been returned to sender because God says that was the wrong fucking direction, blood. Emotional agitation. That's what that was. That was all that was. Then we got religion or religious. Yeah. And we got double agent. And then we have abortion. Yeah, so something was stopped. Yeah, they were studying you so that they could know how to manipulate you and change your fate. At least they tried, but they didn't know that they were actually making your fate, because that was meant to be delayed. Yeah. And it was returned to sender, don't worry. Religion and religious, that talks about moral uprightness. But they were a double agent. They were faking it so that they could stop you, says the abortion card there. Stop you from acquiring what you're supposed to acquire. Shopping. To shop for something is to go seeking something to acquire it, right? They abortion you. They stopped you. They aborted your mission. Yeah, it says return to sender, yeah? That it says wanting to fit in. They wanted to fit that profile, so they became a copycat. They were a fake soulmate. They weren't a real soulmate, whoever this person is and whatever this is referring to in your life. I know what it's referring to in my life, but you have to fit it so that you understand it from your perspective according to your story. Okay? So yeah, something that you were after, it got fouled by someone who was in your life pretending to be a true friend when they actually were not. Okay, they were only there as your handler because they're a being of light and they're a being of darkness, and naturally there's a battle going on, an age-old battle between good and evil, and it will always be that way. Well, at least I think for the foreseeable future it will be that way, because everybody, to make it change, everybody has to make that conscious decision to be a being of light. And until everybody does that, it's going to be that way. Okay? So, it is what it is, but have faith. Whatever you're supposed to be doing, you're going to do it anyway, and know that you're right on time. Everything is happening in the way that it should. Okay? Because we work for the divine, and little do those beings of darkness know they also work for the divine. Because God is the author of good and evil. God created good and God created evil. So there is only one God. And if there is a devil, God is also the devil. Because there's only one source of power. There is no two sources of power vying for anything. There's no competition for... There's only one creator. It's not two. So if there is a devil, then God is the devil as well. Because God is the author of good and evil. And think of self. We are capable of doing evil as well, but we choose to do good. God is the God of the darkness as well, but God prefers the light. So God will give you whatever your wish is, no matter which path you choose to take. He will give it to you, but there are consequences. There are choices and there are consequences. That's what we have to remember. So, you have to choose wisely. People who hate to be scolded like me will gladly walk in the light. Thank you very much. I don't like to have a guilty conscience. That's why if I do something wrong, I try to make it right as quickly as I can to get this load off of me. That shit is heavy. Okay? I'd rather have the wrong being done to me than me doing it to someone. I'll tell you that. I can handle it. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I have for you, my spirit tribe. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, I hope that you found this information helpful, and I wish you the very best on your spiritual growth, okay, and on your mission to help to make this world a better place. Okay? Yeah. So, until next time, my loves, take care. Bye-bye.